I would say that by far the most tough prep for us was eating the food that Bhumi was cooking.
I also read that the whole cast was wearing one outfit throughout the entire shoot. Is it true?
I do that in real life.
You are being deliberately sidelined by mainstream filmmakers. Do you still believe that? Hi guys, this is Mehak Sabharwal from ZoomTV.com, and today we have with us the lead actors of Sonchiriya, Bhumi Pednekar and Ranvir Shorey, along with the film's director Abhishek Chaubey. So we have seen the trailer of the film and we know it's a dacoit drama. But what is Sonchiriya for you? Like, in your perspective, what is the film about?
I think for me, Sonchiriya is a journey of all the characters where they are trying to find their freedom. You know, they all come from places where they've not seen a lot of justice in their lives because of whatever situations that they've been in, and they're trying to find some kind of solace, some kind of peace by doing the right things, wrong things that you'll know when you watch the film. But it's just about finding peace with yourself, finding your calling, knowing what you're...
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't have said
Yeah.
that.
What is it for you?
What is Sonchiriya for me in real life?
Yes.
Oh, that's a huge one. That would be, I mean, Inqilab or something, you know, I don't know. I would want world peace. I would want poverty and hunger to end before we start space exploration.
Absolutely.
And, I would want this kind of stuff. I mean, you know, and yeah, I mean, there would be, of course, also that I can pay my bills. That's all.
And as a filmmaker, what is Sonchiriya for you?
Sonchiriya is a labor of love for me. It's something that I've been working on for the last 3.5 years, and I have had a lovely time making it. I have made some friends for life in doing it, and strangely enough, what is happening in the life of the characters in my film, where they are looking for, as Bhumi said, their own freedom, their own inner Sonchiriya. Strangely enough, that's what's happening in my life as well. So, yeah.
In the trailer, we see you guys doing some action sequences, that there are guns involved, there's fighting. How difficult or easy was it for you to get into your character, and how did you prepare for it?
I think, yes, there's a lot of action, you know, but I think more than that, we all had to kind of mentally prepare ourselves that we are going to go shoot this film. It's a film that's emotionally and physically, it's going to be it's going to be different. You know, all the difficulties that we faced, honestly, just added to our character. It could be like there were days, every day we would go back with about 2-3 kgs of dust on ourselves. We were bruised, we fell down, we were hit. And I think after a point, we all became so immune to pain that earlier a little scratch would get me crying. But after Sonchiriya, I feel like I've become this rough and tough person. And of course, the dialect being something that we all really worked on very hard. You know, when you hear Bundelkhandi, the language that we're speaking in the film, it's very easy to understand, but it's a different ball game when you have to speak it, right? And we all went through a lot of training for it. Literally, Abhishek sir had set up a village in his office, you know, where I would had to, for a month, I was cooking for the unit, like every lunch break. There were literally requests that started coming my way that can you make aate ka halwa, and I don't cook. So I would go with an AD, go collect twigs and dry stems, etc., try and light a fire. He'd made me a chula. So my entire physical training was actually around what my character did. And I've never really done anything this intense before for a film. This was a very different experience.
Did you guys also spend time with the real life dacoits to get into your character?
I just want to say that yeah, it was every part requires different levels of prep, and this was a film that required a lot of prep because of, like Bhumi said, the dialect, and you know, you're portraying a life which is very far removed from your own, you know, of these bagis or these rebels from the 70s who were dacoits. And so the period element, the change in, you know, from being an urban to a rural person to having that kind of angst against society which needs to, you know, come out. So it was a prep heavy film, but I would say that by far the most tough prep for us was eating the food that Bhumi was cooking.
Ranvir, what?
It's part of our contract that as part of the preparation to do dacoits, because dacoits, they would be walking for miles in summer, and they would not get proper food, so that's why they were very lean. I had to lose my paunch for that.
Yeah, we all had to. We all had to like really shed
Our
weight.
thing was that for 1 month we just had to eat for lunch what Bhumi was making, eat part of her prep, and we lost weight.
You're so mean.
And what I mean? I was
Listen, I have aced it, okay? I have aced it.
Sorry, what was the second question? Which
Did you spend time with the real life dacoits as a prep?
yeah, we met some. In fact, I don't know if this is out or no, but a couple of reformed dacoits were also part of our crew when we were shooting. So we did meet them, and I mean, whatever little we could talk to them about, you can't really ask him, how you were attacked, how you robbed, how you killed and all. So you can't really do that, but whatever little, diplomatically, whatever information we could get from them, we kind of gathered that also. But I have to say, Abhishek and Sudeep had written just a great script, because it was so thoroughly researched and I often say this, that, is that writers, in this case Abhishek and Sudeep, they take a whole world and they kind of capture it in between the lines that they write, and an actor's job is to unbox those and bring them back to life. So having said that, the script had everything that you could ask for, and if you did have any queries, we had a living encyclopedia in Abhishek Chaubey on set, who knew everything inside out. So any clarification you needed, it was just there. It was so thoroughly researched.
It's completely his vision. Like, we are literally puppets in his hand, like just doing our thing.
It's a bit of both, actually, because we create a character on paper, and we have, as a director, I have some ideas about it. But the character I don't create alone. They bring their own, persona and their own experiences and their own talent to it. So that's how a character goes on.
I also read that the whole cast was wearing one outfit throughout the entire shoot. Is it true?
Yeah.
Did it get annoying for you guys? We're just wearing one piece of outfit throughout
Not for me. I do that in real life. She must have been.
Oh yeah, it was quite tough. I was trying to click styling images every day. It was just not working.
Okay, so in the past also we have seen film based on the stories of dacoits and on the similar lines. How do you think your film will be different from their stories and will bring a fresher perspective for the audience?
Well, as far as bandit films go, we've made a lot of bandit films back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, even some in the 80s. Typically, they followed a certain kind of structure, in the sense that it was actually about how somebody becomes a bandit, or police trying to catch a bandit, We've also had Bandit Queen and Pansing Tomar, which were based on real life people. I mean, they were biopics. This is a very unique bandit film, in the sense where what the film is trying to say, what the film is talking about, is entirely different. It's been called dacoit drama, and yes, it is very dramatic, hopefully, but it's also an action film. We have created, hopefully, action sequences, set pieces which are enthralling, engaging, thrilling. And I think what the film ultimately is talking about, as Bhumi stated right in the beginning of the interview, that is something very fresh and unique. I don't think we've seen a bandit film talk about something like this, in the past.
In the last few years, we have seen scripts with an unusual angle or comparatively new starts doing wonders at the box office. How important are these numbers or 100 and 200 crore clubs for you?
See, I'll tell you what. Personally, I feel that, it's great to be a part of a film that makes a lot of money. And my answer is in your question in itself, that today, if you have a good story, you have good content, you have an honest visualization, it will make money, And of course, I would prefer being a part of a strong narrative, of an impactful story, than just commercial success. And if you get both, that's great, and that's exactly what's happening today. I think our audiences really want to watch newer things. They want to watch fresher characters. They want to watch things that are real, you know, things that kind of get them thinking, push boundaries, and that's exactly what's happening in cinema for the last few years.
Okay, so talking about box office, Kartik Aaryan and Kriti Sanan's Luka Chupi is also releasing on the 1st. What do you have to...
What?
What do you have to say about that?
All the best. All the best. I mean, they are great friends, and the makers are great friends as well. Our films are really different, and I think today people are hungry for fun films and for a lot of good films. So yeah, all the best.
First, we'll go watch their film and
Yes.
come and watch ours.
Yes.
That's the way it works.
I've also heard that recently you were sent a legal notice by an NGO based in Gwalior because they got upset with some
That
posters.
Abhishek has made another film.
I think that's enough.
That's what it is. I think people just hear Abhishek Chaubey has Abhishek Chaubey ne picture banai.
Legal notice.
Yeah.
Oh, so Bhumi, you have worked with Sushant for the first time,
Yes.
and I think with Ranveer also you have worked for
Everybody
the first time.
on
How
this
was
film.
the experience, and how was it for you as well?
Okay,
You should start. No, you should start. After eating my food, because of which you've lost all this weight, you better say good things.
Ladies first. You go first.
Okay. The experience was amazing, you know. It's a lot of fun when you work with actors that are this passionate and that are this dedicated to making a great film, and that's exactly the kind of energy I got on set. But I think, yes, professionally we had a baller time, but I think off set we all bonded really well. You know, we would spend a lot of time together, discuss amazing things, eat all our meals together. You know, shooting a film like Sonchiriya in a place like Chambal with the kind of story that we were saying, with the weather issues or whatever, the kind of small little things that we were battling, the kind of love this crew had was bloody amazing. You know, I would have imagined probably a different kind of a film, another film being shot in Chambal. With what we had, people would have actually like killed each other. But we were, yeah, they would have. But we were all just in sync. You know, it's very rare that all your energies match and all you want to do is make an amazing film, and then it's all happy. And Ranveer was okay.
No, but I also want to say something. I think I had seen Dam Laga Ke Haisha, and I knew, you know, that she's a good actress. But for me, the sets of Sonchiriya, you know, Bhumi has been a revelation, frankly. She's such a good actress. I had no clue. I mean, I was joking about she's a terrible cook, but she's a fabulous actress. And on offset also, I have to say, you know, she was like the matriarch.
Oh, this had to come.
Yeah, she was like the matriarch, you know, feeding people, aaj ye banao, and upi ye kahan hai, and unko do, and so, and also I agree with Bhumi that the bonding that the crew had was special. I mean, there are other films also. It's very rare to see this kind of bonding. But I credit to Abhishek actually.
It's all
I think somewhere it trickles down. You know how the director kind of syncs so many energies together. You know, kind of creates a synergy with so many people, different talents, different departments, different personalities. For all of them to come together and work so passionately over one singular vision, it's rare. So I think that's due credit to Abhishek.
Yeah, fully.
You had so many actors to work with, and you had to prepare them according to the... Who was the fastest learner amongst them?
That's not, can't you ask him this when you interview him alone?
Well, you know, they all kind of sort of got ready around the time we were going to shoot. Bhumi's process was very exhaustive. I mean, you know, and I must credit her because she was working on the film, prepping for it 2 months before, 2.5 months before we started shooting, and you know, large part of what she did in the film, actually in the prep, she was not even going to do it on the film. She had to live like how her character must be living, you know. So she had to learn to do a lot of things in life, which she doesn't have to. Like, for example, the cooking that she was talking about, she doesn't actually cook for anybody in the film. but you know, there's a certain way they go about their lives, and by doing that, you know, you prepare yourself, you understand who you are as a character better. So she actually went through a long process of prepping. I think also, apart from like Ranveer also prepped a lot. He did lots of workshops. He did extensive dialect training. Sushant went through a lot. They also had to do action training because they also had to know how to wield the guns and, you know, shoot them a certain way. There was a lot of secondary cast as well, because the film is about a gang and they're also police officers, and each one of them actually had been prepping, you know, alongside Ranvir and Bhumi and Sushant. And I would say one actor that is there in the film, he plays Nathi, Divakar. He I would say got ready the quickest because he's from Chambal, he's from Dholpur where we shot. And he was our dialect coach as well.
And we all were probably sounding like him.
Something like him, yeah.
But he also had extensive prep because he had to put on a paunch.
Yeah.
So he was poor guy. He was good.
Yeah, he had to put on a
and he doesn't eat meat.
And he doesn't eat meat.
And he had to train himself to eat meat and eat with a lot of.
He had to start eating meat for the film.
So how many characters?
He quit eating meat.
Yeah.
That's so sad now.
That's how many characters do we have
We have
in
about
total?
75 to 80 speaking parts. So.
Yeah, that's a lot. And trust me, this is that one film where the main cast, the primary cast, to somebody who had one dialogue, has gone through equal amount of prep. Yeah. We were all so dedicated, and as Ranveer said, it all comes from him. Because I literally remember my third or fourth meeting with Sir. He told me what Indumati's diet would be like, you know, what her daily chores would be like. So when you have a director who is so bloody clear, so invested, and just so well prepped, there's no way that you're gonna be that kacha limbu.
But anyway, that's also the first question you ask all your directors when you get a character. Sir, ये
खाती क्या है? कि आप वजन घटाना है या बढ़ाना है? It's really become a part of my life now.
Is she a pasta girl or a dal rice girl?
I only get dal rice there.
So, Bhumi, you have some very interesting projects coming up. Which one are you most excited about?
All of them. Yeah, I'm a part of all these films because I really have a lot of faith in them. But after Sonchiriya, I have a film called Dolly Kitty Aur Wo Chamakte Sitare, which is it's just celebrating womanhood, and I'm working with Konkana, and I've admired her work. And Alankrita Srivastava is directing it. She again is a director with a very unique voice. And it's such a fun film. It's very different. So I went from a set that was completely male dominated to a set that was completely female dominated in a gap of 2 months, and I was like, what is going on? Yeah.
So till now you have played that small town girl.
Yeah.
And you're doing tough.
Yeah.
So finally will we get to see your glamorous avatar?
I don't know how glamorous is it going to be, because, you know, it's still a period drama. But I definitely am going to play one of the richest families. I'm going to be a part of one of the richest families that India has ever seen. So that's... Stop it. So that's a refreshing change.
So we'll
लोगों का खून पीती है वो खून.
We'll see you all like wearing heavy jewelry and fancy clothes.
Maybe.
You're salivating, Mehak, just as a thought. Please control yourself.
But Dolly Kitty is going to be like a visual change for me.
So this one is a serious one, and it's for you.
Bhumi?
No,
for you.
A serious question.
Yes, a little. So a few days ago, I was reading one of your interviews, and which you said that you are being deliberately sidelined by mainstream filmmakers. Do you still believe that?
Yeah, of course.
Why do you feel
Do you think
so?
this is a mainstream? Do you think Sonchiriya is a mainstream?
No, it's not mainstream, but are you, like, do you still think on the same lines?
Yes.
And why is so?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you know that Bollywood is not a even playing field, right? You know that. It's a intensely political place behind the bonhomie that goes on. And, you know, my last name has history in this business. My father was also a film producer. And I think that somewhere affects how you are cast and how you're perceived by the biggies of Bollywood, you know. So I definitely think that has affected my career. The reason why I said that was when this interview happened, they were asking me, why don't we see you in mainstream films anymore? why were you not in a sequel to some big film that I had done? So I told them that I was not cast for it.
You have also made a statement here, ever since you become a father, you have been keeping a chunk of time specially to spend it with your son. Is it affecting your career professionally?
Yes, I mean it does affect, your choices do get affected because a certain amount of time is needed for you. You can't, you don't have available all your time for work. There's a certain amount of time which you have to dedicate to being a father, because that's more important, I would say, not even equally important. So yes, that does make a difference, and even now all my choices are based on that. I mean, he gets priority, and then around that I work.
Our film Sonchiriya is releasing on the 1st of March, so please go give it a lot of love.
Please.
Thank you guys. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you.